Yo, yo! How we doing? How we doing, team YouTube? Another watch list going into December 6th, tomorrow. Trade review from today, watch list into tomorrow. Any questions that you guys may have, throw them in the chat. We will get around to them, and then we will peace out. So, I just got a PM on Twitter asking for thoughts on SMX to share on my watch list tonight. So we will get to that as well. Start off here with a trade review from today. Might as well go to the big boy, Trav Street. How's it going? So Tesla, big picture, 362 breakout. We got that basically off the first minute of the day. Swiped right through and contemplated a chase, but risking $5 a share or more. I just didn't think the risk reward was there. So I went the route of DXYZ as Tesla was breaking new highs. DXYZ was consolidating and holding low a day, so I just bought one of the candles, risked off a low a day, and sold into that squeeze candle. We got this little 2-minute micro pullback, little flag, and I bought the new high a day break, which didn't end up being super strong. It did go a bit higher, another dollar higher, but I took that little scalp. Tried it one more time on this little VWAP pullback. I saw this as a little lower high, and then the rebreak here of 52, which ended up failing, so I thought it might need some more time. And then I did put a piece on right at market close for a swing with wide risk down to the 48s. So I was sized in based off that. I probably get up a bit early tomorrow, and if this is gapping up, add to that position and basically risk on green to red and look for that day 2 of the breakout continuation. But this daily chart is an A grade setup. Would have preferred a bit more volume to come in on the breakout, but considering that it held now a double bottom throughout the day and consolidated over under 50, I think is a fairly strong move. UMAC, I traded this one, got a lucky entry. I had put some on here just because this was the first time it was holding green. So first time green in 3 days, now the 4th day, where you get the gap down, fail, gap down, fail, gap down, and now you get the green hold. So I put some on early with the plan to scale if it held green. And as soon as the market opened, this thing swiped up 60 cents, which typically is not very healthy for longevity. So I sold a quarter and then another quarter and then sold the other half right there. So took a 70% or a 70 cent gain on that one, and with the goal of buying into some pullback and consolidation that just never came. I had shorted some here into the $11 looking left. If I go maybe something like this, where you get prior high, prior low, prior low, prior high was the key level that we identified yesterday. So we got a straight up move into 11, and I just wasn't very comfortable in it. I was a bit shaky on the a bit fearful, I would say, of if 11 broke and you get like a swipe candle. So I shorted it using high a day as a guide, and I just didn't let risk work. So I ended up missing that one. But I bought the VWAP higher low, sold into the pop, bought half, scaled, didn't lock any in, and just decided to use the $10 lows, which ended up stopping me out. So I gave some back on that position, but overall still green on that one. And then SOUN, we got a little failed follow through setup that didn't quite confirm. So we get this straight up move. Here's one pullback. You get a high day clear out, and then it bottoms right here at 1152, 1150 area. So I'm looking for that breakdown, which flushes but holds, so I take it off flat. And then it starts to roll over, thinking, okay, maybe this is the time, and it just didn't, so I moved on. So small loss on that one, but cut those losses quickly, and it continued higher. This daily is getting into A plus territory at this point. Now from the 8s to the 14s, it's going straight up with some volume exhaustion. So ideally, what I'd like to see is this. We get 1, 2, third day breakout, day 4 gap up, parabolic volume exhaustion, and sit back, which I think is very possible here. Where you get 1, 2 day breakout, 3 day exhaustion. So look for a gap up, morning blow off, and then failed fall through momentum. So I will be keeping that one on watch as a main watch tomorrow. Let me go in here. Did we eat today? Chat, Tesla and UMAC from last night. Yes, they worked out great. El Jefe took UMAC long from pre-market. Nice. Exited coin swing. I saw Lucas was long coin too. Always feel good when I see one of the goats in the same trade. Nice El Jefe. Love that switch into the short. Thank you. Screwed it up, but right idea. And then, coin, you got, I don't want to say lucky, like the daily chart pattern was there, so it wasn't quite luck, but you did get lucky with that parabolic Bitcoin move through 100K that definitely didn't disappoint with that overnight trade on any of the Bitcoin names. So congrats on that swing there. Let's see here. QBTS. Was it Qubit or QBTS? I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, it was QBTS CEO. Went on Fox News right around here where volume started pouring in. I wasn't on desk, but this parabolic trade is pretty sexy. And then this 370 is the daily looking left level. QMCO is not joining the party. Qubit, a bit of a perk, but not quite as strong as the other one. This one gave back the whole move. So QBTS in a vacuum looks good for this breakout trade, but I'm not joining it just because I don't have the sector strength there, and I think it needs it. Could be proven wrong, but no position on that one. But I will keep a watch on the quantum names, just as they're obviously still in play and have a lot of attention on them. UMAC, I doubt I'm going to try this again. Like we've had now, that trigger move from 9 to 11 I think is fairly decent. I was looking for a 13 to 14 move that just didn't come. So it did close green today. I could see this going back up to 14. So if I were to try it again tomorrow, it would be a lot tighter risk, smaller dollar risk. It's not really an A plus for me anymore, but I will still keep it on watch just in case we get similar morning action that looks strong. SOUN, I went over, A plus opportunity there. GWAV we had touched on for that little T+1 trade through 87. And I was wrestling with myself about this 87 break. And this little gap and crap reversal, where you get this 83 break, the risk down to 75, risking 8 cents, and then anticipating an 87 break, I just didn't think the risk reward was there for such a low price name, especially given the manner in which this thing likes to move, where it's just straight up and give it all back. And this one did exactly that, straight up and gave it all back. So I don't really hate missing it, but the opportunity was there from the comments on the T+1 there last night. CDIO, I was eyeballing, it hit scan for this 52 breakout with no overhead resistance nearby, and that move came and went right at market close through it, so no real plans on that one either. And then a few names that hitting the nightly scan, SATL, possible first red day coming from 180 up to 380, and nice blow off volume here in the morning, and gave it back weak close. So the level I would be using on any sort of gap up would be this 360 over under. If it were to gap down, I'd just be looking at pops that fail off of red. But the 4 EMA is sitting right around 250, 260. So I do think that there is some meat on the bone for a pullback rest day. Same kind of thing as here. Trend could continue on the bigger picture time frame, but just looking for a speed up and sit back. And then API, if you recall, it might have been at the beginning of this week. I think it was. I think it might have been Sunday. Could have been end of last week or beginning of this week. I can't remember, but we had this little cup and handle and retest of prior daily bar highs. And I compared it to MVST, and there was another one I can't remember. But this kind of daily was working, where it didn't really matter how fast it was coming into looking left. It just seemed like there was an overwhelming amount of buyers. And this one is setting up even better, coming up into the 640s, and then a small little pullback and consolidation before the retest. So I will definitely be watching at the 640 breakout. If you look left, probably worth drawing a line here. So playing this 640 breakout, probably locking into the 730s. And if I have a bigger picture idea, maybe holding a piece, but I'm likely locking in most until it proves otherwise. Kind of like I did on DXYZ here, where I'm playing that breakout, locking into strength, and then re-entering if it proves otherwise. So that's probably how I look to trade this breakout here. But I think this is a good watch. Later volume, 2.7 million today, but $12 million volume is definitely tradable. Let's see. I wasn't expecting 100K. I was expecting a couple more days. What are your thoughts on soon for a short tomorrow? Usually I want to wait for 1 or 2 more blow-off days, but soon has a history of fading after one blow-off day. Yeah, this is into A-grade territory for me. It's one of those things where does it have to happen tomorrow? No. A plus, where it would go from an A to an A plus for me, would be we get that gap up and the blowout in the morning. But this is likely in the position where I'm trying this each day moving forward and just trying to capitalize and be there for the day it does want to pull back. But I'd try this on Friday. If it continued higher, I'd try it on Monday. If it continued higher, I'd try it on Tuesday. This is at the point where I think the odds are slowly shifting to the short side. I think any gap up leads to profit takers and shorts starting to move in there. So ideally a blowout through 14, maybe a 1450, and get some failed fall through momentum to lean and get that pullback trade. But yeah, it's a main watch for me. Each day it goes higher. But I will definitely, well, I shouldn't say definitely try it tomorrow, but I will likely try it tomorrow. So yeah, main watches, DXYZ, manage that swing. Ideally just get a gap up and make it easy. And then soon, the other main watch. And then Saddle and API will be the 2 back burner names. They're not A grade setups, but probably B plus, probably B grade setups that I think are worth putting some risk on, but not a full size, like balls to the wall, like soon, where you can kind of trade any size you want on something like this when it's trading 200 million shares on a $14 name. I don't think any of us are trading $2.8 billion positions. But that's about all I got. Before I forget, let me touch on SMX that was asked. So far, that daily looks kind of gross. Oof, yeah. Definitely not interested in this. You can see all this volume up here, 57 to 50. You've got this volume here in the 40 to 45 range. You've got the closing VWAP here at 45. This would be a case where any sort of shove, I would be a lot more interested in leaning to the short side. I would not be super interested in trying to buy this and dip buy it. There's just way too many bag holders overhead. Difference with GWAV is you can see where it was on this day relative to the day one volume day, where you get this volume is from mostly from today. Some of it's from this day, but you can see where a lot of the volume is here in the 60 to 66 range, and it was holding over at day two. So shorts are underwater instead of longs selling into each pop. So SMX, I think, is on the other side of things where longs are underwater. Random question, but is Taco in his 30s? Yes, of course he is. Asian don't crack. Oh, but he is. I think he's like 35. I think. He's not as young as he tells people. He goes around telling people he's 27 just because he's got good genes. His genes are so good, we should call him Levi. Dad jokes. Yeah, he's definitely not in his 20s. He just tells people that. Cool. Well, I think we can leave it there. I've touched on just about everything I needed. Trade review, watch listening tomorrow, and some ideal trade setups that I have on watch. So I think we can probably leave it there. Thank you guys for stopping by. Last day of the week tomorrow. Those of you over in IU, I will see you there in the morning. And for the rest of you, I will see you on Sunday evening for another watch list. Get in where you fit in, make some memories, and I'll see you guys in the room. Peace.